gentle breeze you.
Tonight, we examine one of the most surprising twists in modern music history, a story that fundamentally challenges everything we thought we knew about success. The narrative begins on the highly competitive stage of The Voice Kids UK in 2018, under the blinding glare of studio lights. A 14-year-old vocalist steps onto the stage with a poise that defies her age, delivering a performance of Moon River that is nothing short of breathtaking. It was a moment of pure, celestial artistry that left the audience in a state of collective awe. Yet, in a shocking turn of events that no one predicted, she was eliminated in the final round. For most aspiring artists, such a public rejection would mark the crushing, disappointing end of a promising career. But for Lucy Thomas, that loss was not a failure. It was the ultimate necessary victory that set the stage for a global revolution, proving that sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the entire war. To understand the sheer magnitude of this outcome, we must first look at the dark machinery of the traditional music industry. When a young talent wins a massive televised competition, they are usually immediately ushered into a multi-year, multi-album contract, a restrictive system we often call the golden cage. These ironclad agreements often strip the artist of all creative control, forcing them into a prepackaged, artificial image designed by corporate executives who control everything from their song choices to their hairstyle. By not winning that night, Lucy Thomas strategically this immediate servitude. She gained her absolute freedom at a time when most are signing their lives away for a fleeting moment of fame. She chose the path of autonomy over the easy lure of a major label, ensuring that her voice would remain hers and hers alone, untainted by the commercial greed of industry giants who prioritize profit over the soul of the music. Instead of aligning with monolithic labels like Universal, Lucy made a calculated, strategic pivot that would redefine the modern music business model. She partnered with a small, specialized independent label, Cavendish Records, creating a powerhouse duo that prioritized artistic integrity. This move allowed her to cultivate a career precisely on her own terms, completely free from the dictation of the industry gatekeepers headquartered in London or Los Angeles. She became a true disruptor, building a massive empire from the ground up by utilizing digital platforms as her primary weapon of choice. By bypassing the traditional radio and television circuits, she spoke directly to the hearts of millions across the globe. Her rise proves that in the digital age, you no longer need the permission of a CEO to become a superstar. You only need a connection with the people and the courage to stand alone against the massive tide of the corporate music establishment. And weaponized those digital platforms were. Since 2019, Lucy has demonstrated an almost unbelievable work ethic that has left both fans and industry veterans stunned. She has released a full-length album every single year, an aggressive rate of output that is virtually unheard of for any artist in the modern era, let alone a young talent still navigating the pressures of formal education. This was not merely tireless work. It was a deliberate, high-level digital strategy designed to conquer the internet. By flooding the global market with high-quality, soul-stirring content, she ensured total algorithmic dominance. She kept herself perpetually relevant in a media landscape that ruthlessly favors constant engagement and punishes those who remain silent. While other artists waited years to craft a single project, Lucy was building a vast library of music, ensuring that no matter where a listener turned, her voice was there, ready to captivate and inspire a new generation. However, this fiercely independent path introduced unique and painful challenges that would test her resolve. Despite accumulating hundreds of millions of views globally, Lucy rarely performed live in public for several years during her formative rise. This prolonged absence from the physical stage fueled a dark and persistent rumor mill that threatened to tarnish her reputation. Critics and skeptics claimed her voice sounded too perfect, too consistent, maliciously suggesting the entire operation was a clever fabrication. They whispered that she was relying on heavy studio manipulation, pitch correction, and digital enhancement to achieve her signature sound. The question lingered like a dark cloud over her growing empire. Was this unparalleled voice truly authentic, or was it merely the product of a high-tech recording booth? The tension reached a breaking point as the world demanded proof that the girl they saw on their screens was the same girl who could sing in the flesh. The definitive answer finally came late in 2024, in a moment of pure theatrical drama. Lucy Thomas stepped onto the iconic stage of London's West End for a highly anticipated live performance. Under the intense, unforgiving scrutiny of a professional theater audience and the watchful eyes of her harshest detractors, she delivered a performance that was absolutely flawless. Every note was hit with surgical precision and raw emotional power, proving conclusively that her vocal prowess was pure, unadulterated, and required no digital tricks or studio magic. In that one single night, she had successfully silenced every single critic who had dared to doubt her talent. The applause was not just for the song, but for the realization that a true once-in-a-generation talent had arrived, fully formed and untouchable. She proved that she didn't need a screen to hide behind. The stage was her true home, and her voice was a natural force of nature that no machine could ever replicate. Central to her global dominance has been the unexpected, massive viral success of her haunting version of Hallelujah. This single track has earned tens of millions of views and served as the indestructible foundation of her digital empire. Her success with this classic is a powerful signal to the music world. It demonstrates that a large, global audience is actively searching for vocal purity and classic artistry. People are clearly weary of the increasingly synthetic, auto-tuned pop sounds driven purely by fleeting tick trends and superficial aesthetics. Lucy Thomas represents a quiet but firm revolution against the world of manufactured music. Her rendition of Hallelujah wasn't just a cover. It was a spiritual reclamation of melody and emotion. It proved that in a world of noise, people will always gravitate toward the signal of truth. She tapped into a universal hunger for something real, something that transcends the artificial boundaries of the modern music charts. Now, she stands at the most crucial and dangerous crossroads of her young career. In 2026, she began a calculated, bold shift away from the comfort of musical theater covers and classic standards. She is now venturing into the world of original, contemporary pop music by her soaring track, Don't Walk Away. This evolution is a high-stakes gamble that has the entire industry watching with bated breath. Transitioning from a classical interpreter to a modern pop icon is a bridge few have successfully crossed without losing their soul. The move is designed to expand her reach even further, targeting the mainstream American market and global airwaves. But with this expansion comes the risk of alienating those who saw her as a sanctuary from the very pop world she is now entering. It is a moment of total transformation, where she must decide if she can evolve without abandoning the core principles that made her a household name. Will embracing the polished world of modern pop dilute the crystalline purity that her established loves, causing them to drift away in disappointment? Or will this bold transformation solidify her status as a genuine global pop superstar, successfully bridging the gap between classical artistry and commercial viability? This is the ultimate test for Lucy Thomas. She is attempting to do what many thought was impossible, to maintain the integrity of a world-class vocalist while competing with the high-energy, high-gloss production of the American Top 40. Her team is betting that her voice is powerful enough to cut through the heavy production of modern pop, bringing a sense of class and technical excellence to a genre that has long been criticized for its lack of substance. It is a gamble of epic proportions, one that could either elevate her to the level of legends like, or leave her caught between two worlds that refuse to coexist. Lucy Thomas has already proven she can beat the system by refusing to play by its outdated rules. She bypassed the judges, the major labels, and the traditional gatekeepers to build a career that is as successful as it is authentic. Now, the world is watching with intense curiosity to see if she can conquer the industry entirely and redefine what it means to be a pop star in the 21st century. She is no longer just a girl from a talent show. She is a visionary artist who has turned a loss into a legacy. Whether she is singing a century-old standard or a brand-new pop anthem, her journey remains a testament to the power of independence and the enduring appeal of a voice that refuses to be silenced. As she moves forward into the global spotlight, one thing is certain. Lucy Thomas is not just part of the music industry. She is the one changing it, one perfect note at a time. The revolution has only just begun, and the world is finally listening.